day that Rosie stayed at Granny's house in the valley was filled with sunshine and outdoor adventures. Rosie and Granny went pond dipping in the orchard field and chased butterflies in the wildflower meadow. That's one of the wildflower meadows they chase butterflies in.
Is there a butterfly?
Yeah, loads of them. But Rosie wasn't happy that night. Granny brought her a glass of water, found a softer pillow, and gently tucked in Monkey. But Rosie still wasn't happy. It's the wrong sort of dark, she complained. At home, the street light shines outside my window. Car lights make golden stripes on my ceiling. And there's funny shadows that stretch and squash on my bedroom walls. But look at this beautiful night sky, Granny said as she opened the curtains. It folds into the valley like a big black velvet quilt. You can snuggle into that darkness and have magical dreams. But there are no lights. Rosie shook her head firmly. No, it's the wrong sort of dark. Granny thought for a moment. Valley darkness is different from town darkness. It has its own way of shining. There are bright nights when the silvery moon is full and round. You see a full round moon there.
Can
Full round. And there are twinkly nights when sparkling stars dance in the darkness. But I can hear scary noises out there. Rosie put her hands over her ears. No, it's the wrong sort of dark. Our valley darkness is filled with marvellous nighttime animals. Can you see what some of them might be? You got a clue? What do you think? Granny tried again. If you listen carefully, you might hear roaming badgers grumbling, playful foxcubs barking, hunting owls hooting, or even the skittering moths that flutter against our windows. But they're all hiding in the darkness. Rosie folded her arms tightly. No, it's the wrong sort of dark. Granny sighed. You settle down and I'll tell you a story about my Granny Gwen. That's your great-great-granny. She loved the dark in this wonderful valley. Rosie wriggled back into bed and listened. When I was a little girl, my Granny Gwen showed me all the best places to find glowworms at night. She said they look like stars that had fallen from the sky and were resting overnight in the hedgerows. Very, very sparkly. warm summer's evenings when Gwen was not much bigger than you, she would walk over Swift's Hill and back down into the valley, wearing a garland of glowworms right around the brim of her straw hat. Rosie yawned and sleepily said, "I'd like to see that." The next night, Granny and Rosie stayed up past both their bedtimes, a bit like us tonight, staying up late, and they went out for a nighttime adventure. They tiptoed past the badger set. They scurried under the beech trees where the owls were just waking up, and edged along the path that curves around the side of the hill. Rosie tugged on Granny's hand. "Quick, quick! I can see fairy lights in the grass." She rushed ahead to take a closer look. Do you know what they are? Is it really fairy lights? Or do you think it's something else? Can you guess? You found your great-great-granny Gwen's glowworms. I thought they'd be wiggly little worms, but they're teeny, tiny bugs. And their bottoms glow in the dark. Rosie squealed with delight. Rosie sat amongst the tall grass that swayed in the breeze and tried to count the glowworms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Her granny sat beside her and asked, "You found another one. 7. So, Rosie, do we have the right sort of dark now?" "Oh, yes!" Rosie nodded happily. Dark nights in the valley, they're Granny Glowworm nights. I hope we're going to have a Granny Glowworm night tonight. Do you think we'll spot some? I really hope so. You're great at listening, and I like the extra glowworm. And this hasn't been made into a book yet, but when it does, it's going to have some beautiful illustrations, because it's going to be pictures of glass that Amanda's made. She's made some glass illustrations of things you might see in the night and some things you might see in the book. I'm just going to give you some clues. See if anyone can spot something from the story. What about you? Can you see anything? Do you recognise anything that was in the story? A badger.
A glowworm.
No. Oh yes, in the grass. Anything else?
An owl.
An owl. Weeping and hunting. Moths. Oh, they were the ones that skittered against the windows, weren't they? And if we ask Amanda really nicely, I think she's going to let us have a little sneaky peek at some of the glass. Not all of it, because it's going on exhibition in November, but just the sneak. Like you had a sneak preview of the book, this is the sneak preview of the glass. You're very privileged.
Can you see what that is?
A glowworm.
It is a glowworm. Do you
Does
want
its
to pop
bottom
some
glow? Because it's made of glass, you need to have a careful look and pass it carefully to the next person. Ooh, look what I found.